Hey, what's up everyone? I couldn't find the background that I really wanted for this video, so I just chose multiple backgrounds. I searched orb and sky and just decided to go with that. So I've been making a lot of videos lately. There's just so much I want to talk about, and I just decided to talk about various topics today. So early this morning, as the moon was setting, by the way, it was super bright. It was brighter than I've really ever seen the moon, and it was like the sun outside. I was looking outside and I thought, man, it was like the sun shining or something, but it was like bright white, but it was bright white instead, and it was shining in the windows and the doors, and it was just shining outside. It looked like bright lights outside. But last night there was a craft. It was a small. I went outside to watch the moon set. I went outside because I woke up again. It was still very bright, and I thought, well, I'll watch the moon set. I videoed the moon setting, and after it kind of set over the hill, in between these trees on top of that hill, the this craft, there was a small object, and you know what it looks like when they show these NASA feeds of these people show online where these white orbs, they kind of look like these little white crafts that you see that kind of look like multiple dots, like you see right there, or actually right there, but kind of like what Secure Team showed in his recent video. Tyler from Secure Team showed with all of these crafts moving really fast through the sky. That's what it looked like, but it was moving very fast, and it was moving from the after the moon had set. It moved from the northwestern sky, and it was heading to the southeastern sky. That's where it was going. It was actually more like in between the northwest and southwest, but it was heading southeast, and that's the direction it was going. And it was just going straight across the sky, but it wasn't really in the sky. It was beyond the celestial objects in the sky. It was very small, but it was a dot that it wasn't blinking like a plane or some sort of an object like that. It wasn't like it was, oh, it's a jet or a plane or a drone or some sort of a manned craft or something like that. It actually was just moving straight across the sky, and it gave the feel. You know that feel that you have when you know it's not something ordinary? It's like, okay, this is a UFO or some sort of an object that is unidentified. It wasn't a man-made object. Maybe it was a satellite of some sort. I don't know. But I know that it was too far away, really, even to be a satellite, really, or a space station or anything like that, but that they say we can see. But it moved straight across the sky very quickly, and I'd say within 30 seconds, it was just gone. It was all the way across the sky in 30 seconds or less. That's how... I mean, if it was delivering pizzas, it would, no, 30 seconds or less. If your pizza's delivered in 30 minutes or less, that just popped in my mind. But if it was delivering pizzas, it would have gotten the job done quickly. But, oh man, that was the joke that just popped in my mind. But anyway, gotta have some humor. But, seriously, the craft went, like I stated, just straight across the sky, and it was very small. Just a tiny dot, but it was behind the stars even. It was smaller than the stars in the sky. And half the stars in the sky were super small, and half of them were larger. So it was like the sky was split in half. Half the stars were small, and half of them looked like they were magnified. So that's another kind of a strange thing that happened this morning. But that craft took off through the sky, just kept moving. It was on a mission. It was just moving right across the sky. And it was smaller than the stars, even. It was just a tiny, tiny dot. So I don't know what it was, but it was some sort of UFO craft. And yesterday, I just commented to someone else, and I just got another comment. I've been getting lots and lots of comments. I'll check them out here in a moment and try to respond as soon as possible. Thank you all, by the way, for all of your responses and comments. They're rolling in a lot, and I'm getting a lot of comments, and I try to respond as soon as possible. So... this cigar-shaped craft, as I'll call it, which security team reported on those a lot, and several people have been reporting on those for many, many years. I've been seeing them. I've noticed I can think about these crafts, and there they are. People say you can summon them. People do that over in New Mexico and Arizona. They do these things where they just look up in the sky and have a bunch of people summon these UFOs or something, and they'll appear. They'll appear. They say they do that, and I've seen videos of it, but I'll think of it. I'm not going to really say summon or whatever, but I just think of it, and there it is. There it'll be. Usually in the morning, sometimes the evening, but mostly the morning. Sometimes in the middle of the night. But it's either nighttime or early morning. And I'll just look up into the sky and think about it, and there's this craft suddenly, just boom, it appears. These crafts will appear like a cigar-shaped craft or a round orb, and they'll just appear and move straight across the sky, and you know they're not an airplane or a jet because of the way they move and vanish. And I've got one video that I'll try to leave a link to below of this craft that went across the sky and then suddenly took a dive downward, and no plane or anything could do that. So also I seen this creature thing that looked like a Sasquatch. It looked like a gigantic monkey thing. It was as the moon was setting, and this is my video. I videoed it with my phone. I was like, oh my goodness, this thing is standing on the top of the hill as the moon is setting, right there where the moon was setting, and where that thing had gone across the sky, and where the moon was setting. So I'm probably running out of time on the card, so I'm going to talk as quickly as I can. But the moon was setting, and this thing, this large monkey-looking thing, I could see it on the top of the hill. I noticed the trees were moving at first, and I thought, those trees, I was like, the treetops are moving, but there's no wind blowing. So I started recording with my phone. And I recorded as best I could while the moon, I was already recording the moon going down anyway, and after the moon had gone down, it was right there on the top of the hill. I recorded again when I seen this being, and I was talking about it as I seen it really quietly, as quiet as possible. And it was very tall. I've witnessed a lot. Honestly, I have witnessed so much through my life, but this thing was on the top of the hill and very tall, and it was moving like a monkey would do, just back and forth like an ape or gorilla would do, and it just stood there, just right there as the moon was going down, and then it stood there, and it was this tall being, and a tall and dark being. And I've got it on recording. You see it moving back and forth, and the trees moving, and it was moving back and forth. But then it went down. As the moon went down, it just went down, and then went away. You couldn't see it anymore. It went out of range of vision. And I was videoing from the driveway and videoing up to the top of the hill as best I could with my phone. And this was about 5:30 this morning, before the sunrise. This was right before daybreak, I guess, probably 30 minutes before daybreak and sunrise. So I videoed it, and I saved it under a folder on the MicroSD card. Then suddenly it tells me that the file is corrupt. And it says, you cannot play, you're playing another video. I said, what? And then it just froze the video, claimed it was playing, and now it claims it's corrupt. And I'm thinking, you've got to be kidding me. I captured this sufficient evidence so clearly of this thing, and clearly of this creature, and that's what happens, it becomes corrupt. But a Native American Indian stated to my daddy that I'll probably never get to prove any of this, because if I capture one of these beings, something will happen to the file or the device. It'll become corrupt, or something will happen. I'll never be able to prove it. And I guess they were right, and I guess I'm correct on that. I've had the same theory that it would probably happen like that. And the file shows up as corrupt. And then I finally uploaded it privately to my YouTube channel and kept it private to make sure to see if it turned out okay. I didn't want to upload this video for no reason, and just people start saying, well, there's nothing there that I can see. I can't see anything. What are you talking about? Other people out there, not you all necessarily, but other people just quick to judge something and state you're crazy, and just kind of state, I don't see anything there. Like I could have made a better video with a potato or something like that. You know how people do. So I uploaded it, and sure enough, it's blurry now. The video that I uploaded is blurrier than the one I took. And I'm hoping I can either, I don't know, I'm hoping that it's still visible. But the video, if it's still visible, is blurry. Now the being that I videoed, the creature that I videoed on the top of the hill as the moon was setting, I mean, it was still on the top of the hill, a good ways away from me, but still, I mean, I still seen it clearly, moving around, just kind of dancing around, moving around and shaking the trees and moving around as the moon was going down, and then it went down with the moon and then moved on out of range of view. Now you can't see all that clearly. It's blurrier. So even if I do get to upload the video, I apologize, it'll probably still be blurrier. And I guess that's what happens. I guess these things don't want to be clearly seen. Anyway, yeah, that was a lot sharing all of that. I've witnessed so much. I mean, I have witnessed so much. I'm glad I can share here. So, there's that craft, that small orb craft that went across the sky. Actually looked like it was out in space. And then there was in the sky, in this world, you could actually see it in the earth. It was not in space like that other craft, the tiny orb was. This cigar-shaped craft was in the sky, and it was moving across the sky from southwest to northeast. The other one was moving from southwest to southeast, and then I seen that dancing, moving, he was moving around back and forth, standing up there really tall, this creature, and I kept videoing. And then the file became corrupt, and then I uploaded it, and it became blurrier. So I'll try my best to see what I can make of the video, and see if I can actually share it. If it's too blurry now, then I won't be able to share it, but I'll try. But I'm sure it's nothing like what I captured, because something has happened to it. Something has definitely happened to the recording now. So I captured all of that this morning. I mean, I witnessed all of that this morning. And hopefully I can show you somewhat of that video of the creature that I captured this morning in the woods, on the hill, as the moon was going down. The bright moon was going down, even though it's now blurrier than it was. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. Please share with me. Peace. Much love. Bye. I thank you all for all of your comments and sharing with me, giving your theories, your ideas, your experiences, your personal, your personal comments that you share with me. It means a lot. But all of that happened this morning. All of what I just shared happened this morning, and I hate that video became blurrier, and now says it's corrupt or messed up. Since it's blurrier, I don't know how I'm going to share it. So I'm going to see what I can do, but I might not be able to share it. That'll be a bummer if I can't, because there was evidence of some kind of a creature or being standing up there on the hill, moving, like dancing or moving back and forth like a monkey, like a giant Sasquatch. That's what it was like. And I've witnessed that type of activity. I've witnessed a lot. I've witnessed those beings. Anyway, thank you all. I'm going to end the video here. I know I stated that a moment ago, but I'm for real this time. Peace. Much love. Feel free to share with me. And you've been sharing a lot, and I appreciate it. But feel free to share anytime. Peace. Bye.